Zevon, dead 20 years this past September. Crazy. You know, we're going to be some hot celebrity goss later on, too. The fact that it's Halloween does nothing to deter. You know, the wheels of hot goss never stop rolling along. So we'll get hot goss from Perez Bilton later on.
Yep, some hot foamy goss.
Foamy, wow.
Why?
You know, it takes so many different forms. Sometimes it's frothy, sometimes it's foamy. Sometimes it's whatever that schmutz is we have on our window here. It's on every one of the windows that is on the front here at iHeart Cleveland. There's just some...
Like whipped cream?
Nobody, boy, I hope it is. Nobody wants to really know what it is. And I think these front windows are probably washed professionally, biannually. But each one of the outside our studio, outside each of the conference rooms on the front perimeter here, they got this white, I don't know. Maybe it's guerrilla marketing for Perez Bilton's hot foamy goss.
Ugh.
Is there something you're not telling us? Is that guerrilla marketing for Perez Bilton's hot goss?
No, that is not my foam nor my goss.
All right.
And that is not my sticky white substance.
Wow, he can identify it on sight.
I just know where mine ends up, and it's not there.
It doesn't.
about location?
It never ends up on windows. Oh, I see. Okay.
Not those ones anyway.
So, random windows. Sometimes random windows is where it'll end up, just not these front ones. Well, that's good to know. It's always good to be able to identify what something isn't. That way you can narrow down the possibilities. I'll also have tickets if you've been waiting to win your tickets to see Bill tape his new comedy hour at the Agora in December. I'll have tickets for you around 420 all week. That show is Friday night, December 22nd. And it's going to feature...
2023.
Yes, 2023. That's right.
I want to make sure people know.
Yeah. It will also feature one Mary Lynn Santora.
Whoop, whoop.
Provided nothing better comes along.
Right.
That has to be in the contract for the show, right?
Yes.
Provided nothing better comes along. Now, Bill, who is your backup should that happen?
If Mary gets a gig that night.
Mary's called away.
She's called away.
She has to hit the road.
I'd probably go to the Mike Polk bullpen.
Okay.
Might do that anyway.
Not to put you on the spot. Anyway.
Hey.
No, I
Wow, he's telling you to
I'm
get
not
another
busy
gig, I
yet.
guess. Yeah. You're not busy yet? Well, that's right, but that's the last weekend before Christmas.
Yeah,
That's the Friday, and then that Sunday is Christmas Eve. So, boy, what better way to launch yourself head-on into a holiday weekend? We'll be in the middle of our holiday break. So you'll be able to devote your full attention to that show.
I'm excited for it.
On the 22nd.
It's going to be a very good show. So get your tickets, BillSquire.com.
Now, will you, in the immediate...
Probably.
In the immediate afterglow of a show like that, right? You're on a high. You got to come down. Is that a weekend that's going to involve family plans, that Christmas weekend? Are you completely divesting yourself from that? You're like, guys, I'm sorry. I just did a show 3 days ago. I can't be bothered with this.
Well, it is my one of my daughter's birthdays.
Christmas Day is.
No, the 22nd.
Oh,
so she's
okay.
going to be there.
Will you be dedicating the show to her?
No, I'm going to dedicate it to her other siblings just to stick it to her.
Oh, boy.
No, she came last year to the Chris McQuanzica show, and she had a blast. She loves it. So they'll probably all be there for the taping, and then we'll hang out. I don't know. I have zero plans for after that show.
Okay.
I know we're gonna go to do an after party thing, and then that Saturday and Sunday, no plans. And then what day is Christmas? The Monday.
The Monday, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably just hang out with family, and we're not like a huge Christmas family. Thanksgivings are our big holiday.
That's the one we all get together for,
Yeah.
too.
I mean, that's kind of become the one that I always go home for now is Thanksgiving, especially since my dad died. I'm like, I said, I've got to nail down at least one holiday that we go for.
Because when the kids were younger, Christmas was huge, obviously, but now they're all in their 20s, so it's not quite as exciting. We'll get together and do presents and stuff like that, but it's not the same excitement as when they were little kids and they come down and open all the presents.
Yep.
But last year I had a very fun Christmas because me and my ex-girlfriend got each other a bunch of presents. So it was actually like something to do on Christmas morning for once. And I don't have a girlfriend this year.
You can get me a bunch of presents if you
So I was
want.
going to say, why don't you get me a bunch of presents?
No.
Listen, if you want to do a bunch of presents, we'll set a price limit and buy each other a bunch of crap just so we have something to open on
Are you going to
morning.
love bomb Mary?
My price limit, you have to buy me $5,000 worth of gifts. I will buy you
$5,000.
I will buy you $8 worth of gifts.
Can I just buy you 100 scratch-offs? Because that might be
If
even
they're
more.
each $20, yeah.
Does that count as
yeah.
gambling if someone else buys it?
Nope.
Okay.
Tomorrow will be 30 days without gambling.
So if someone gives you like
Congratulations.
if someone gives you a gift card and you use that gift card for gambling.
You can't use gift cards to gamble. Sorry.
Okay, besides the point. Say you can they give you cash then.
No, I cannot. I'm not buying any or spending any money.
But it's not your money. It was
But
money
it
gifted
was
to
my
you.
money. It became my money.
Okay.
If you buy me a scratch off, I didn't do anything.
Okay.
If my mom puts money into the slot machine and I press the button, also not gambling.
I got like a bunch of scratch offs from my dad last year for Christmas and I won like $2. I was like, man, gambling sucks. I was like,
it's the worst.
I'm so
Sometimes you
glad.
win, though.
Well,
Yeah, we know.
and I got a bunch of
And sometimes you have to ban yourself from the casino. So,
I know,
there's...
I know. There's just ups and
But
downs. man.
odds are you'll have fun.
got all the little crumbs all over me. I was like, this is annoying. I don't want to do this anymore.
The dust.
Yeah.
No,
The
if we said like
scratcher dust.
$100, buy each other a bunch of little things.
You want that? I'll do that.
I'll do that. Yeah.
If you want
That'd be fun.
$100 worth of little stuff you don't want, then I'll do that. You're gonna
Perfect.
get.
I
What are you
just
gonna
wanna-
get? Some toothpicks.
Can I add a suggestion?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because today, even though it is a good couple of months away from Christmas, it's never too early to plan. Today, Gwyneth Paltrow dropped the Goop Holiday Gift Guide.
Ooh.
If you need, I'm just throwing it out there, if you need any kinds of suggestions.
Is there
I feel
another
like they-
vajandle?
Might be a little expensive.
Well, let's see. I mean, they've got, you can shop gifts under $100. They have a children's gift list that includes, for the people who really want to spoil their children, they've got a $420 baby carrier. They've got $9 socks. They have a baby wardrobe, the giant steamer trunk for your baby clothes.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Louis Vuitton baby wardrobe for $73,000.
I want that, Bill. Get me that.
You don't even have babies.
Don't worry about that. That's not the
But
point.
she still wears baby clothes. That's the problem. So they have it broken down.
Tora
Let's see.
doesn't make baby clothes.
Oh, my God. We were off on
Here
such
we
a good
go.
start
There
here.
you go. It's what
It was a
what
roll.
is. I gotta bring up
They make
Tora.
them for thick babies, Bill. Thick. Thick
Them
girls.
thick ass babies.
Beautiful, thick ladies. Gifts under $100. There's a smart rope that will track your jump count. How about that? You want a smart rope?
I don't jump.
It's $80. You don't jump rope?
You
you
said
should.
that like everybody does.
She doesn't even
I do. It's
jump.
great. You should.
I don't
Jump rope?
I don't jump anything. Rope,
Oh, really? No jumping.
towers.
Oh.
Anything you want me to jump over, I'm not going to do it.
You don't even
People-
jump over a rope that you're spinning over your head and under your...
No, there's no point in that. Although I was one of the jump rope for heart champions in elementary
Well,
school.
then why don't you have that as a regular part of your exercise regimen?
Oh, because I don't have an exercise regimen. Pretty simple.
Oh, well, okay. I see I've jumped ahead in the
You see, you're the jumper here.
conversation. Yeah. They've
Don't
got
buy me a jump rope.
They've
Bill.
got winter incense
I wouldn't.
for $24.
Our limit is 100.
These are all under $100. They've got a miracle dreidel
What does it do?
Turns
For-
into a Christian.
for $28.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
There's something called Supreme Seed.
Oh, I thought that's what you had.
Yeah, I used to,
Supersede.
but I had it taken out of me a while ago.
Alan Cox Super Sperm.
So, I mean, there's all kinds of things there that you can look into and maybe purchase for Mary.
I don't
Or
wanna be in it.
conversely for Bill. What if he gets you one gift that's very
From Goop?
expensive?
I
From
want
Goop.
a Goop expensive gift.
What about an animal print silk satin zipped shirt? It's only $3,400.
Why wouldn't I
Yes.
just get that off of Shein for $6?
I don't want the Sheen version.
I'm getting the Shein version.
No.
What about Armani linen silk trousers for $2,400?
How
Now
is
we're
she selling
talking.
Armani stuff and that's not her brand?
Because she probably has a deal
She's
with
got
them.
the
and-
Goop shop.
Goop.
Yeah.
Goop.
It's
Yeah, these are all
This is
different.
the vendor,
These aren't.
yeah.
These aren't Goop brands. I mean, she got some Goop
okay.
stuff, but all the clothes
I
are
was gonna
from
say,
other.
'cause she's always talking about like this candle was made, especially because it smells like her,
vagina.
No, that wasn't what it was. That's what we were all breaking her balls for. But that's not what that candle was.
What was it then? I thought it was the vagina
She
candle. It
said
smells
this
like your
candle-
vagina.
Yeah, it smells like my vagina.
No, it was something that. What was it?
That was the name of the candle. This
Yeah,
candle
it was
smells like
called "This Smells Like My Vagina," but I think the implication was supposed to be that whatever that smelled like, a woman smells delicious too, right? Grapefruit, black tea, and berries
That's
was
what
the
I
scent.
smell like.
Gah!
I shove all that up there every morning.
Ugh.
You like it sour.
Grapefruit, yeah.
Yeah, I like
All
it
right.
sour.
I like my girls sour.
Put some sugar on this.
Brown sugar on a grapefruit.
Use one of those serrated spoons to get it all open.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, there's no shortage of gifts now that the Goop guide is out. It's worth looking into if you have upwards of 20 grand burning a hole in your pocket.
We don't.
Not yet. Wait till you get that Cleveland Guardians gig.
Am I gonna be frugal or am I gonna just like ball out of control?
Ball
That's
out.
going to be
control.
Well, you might not have time to do that because you're going to be so busy going over tape and talking to the coaches, and you're going to be in so many meetings.
Now-
there is no off season in professional sports.
I've never signed a contract before, so do you get all your money up front, or is there a way?
All your money up front.
Or do you get it out in weekly? I'm asking. I don't know.
There would be
Sometimes they
no
give you
reason
options.
for you to continue your contract if they gave you all your money.
Up front.
Right.
They probably give you a portion up front and then
Mm-hmm.
X amount per year after that.
Yep.
So I can't.
You could find
opt
yourself
for
in a
the lump
Deshaun
sum.
Watson situation where you get a ton of money and then stop performing.
And then just hang out for a while.
Yeah, just kick
quit.
it. Eh.
Oh, my wrist feels weird. My shoulder is like, hey, you ever slept weird? And
The
your
doctor
shoulder's
said it's
numb?
fine.
No. It feels numb sometimes when I
It's
move it weird, and I
bipolar.
can't. $230 million.
Alan Mary jumps to conclusions all the time.
I've never done
See
that
what they did
once. Never done that once in my life. Very logical. I think everything out step by step, and I never, ever speak before I think.
Didn't you
Don't.
do a leap at your old apartment? Didn't you?
I guess that is one time I did.
That is
leave.
jumping. Dua Lipa! What were you jumping over at your old apartment?
No, that was
Holes in
Bozo.
the wall.
the scenario was that if
There was a hole in the floor.
there's a hole in the floor,
On the floor.
That's what Bozo
that's
would
what
tell
Bo
me
would
to
say.
do.
Dua Lipa.
He wouldn't fix it. He said, Dua Lipa.
Right.
Now my landlord fixes things right away.
Because it's your boyfriend.
Because it's Brian.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't like it when I say that.
I was going to say, do you
Then you
call him
sleep
when
with
you're...
your landlord?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it'll be like today where I'll be like, hey, landlord, rent's due tomorrow. He's like, I don't like this. I don't like it when you do that.
Landlord.
You guys
It's
don't-
like the guy. There was a meme about a guy. He's like introduces his wife as his ex-girlfriend.
That's funny.
You guys don't role play.
I don't. We
As
never
landlord
have.
and tenant?
I was gonna say the rent's
That's-
due.
We
Yeah.
never
I don't
liked
have-
it like that.
I don't have the money. I don't
I've
know what I'm gonna
joked.
do.
Oh no! If the way Brian has his money, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm not accepting other payments.
No,
You're
you
paying
pay me
yeah.
real cash dollars.
Yeah,
Let
and
it
there's a
set up-
penalty."
Set up a payment plan if
Right.
you can't.
Gary Goldman's bit about being a professor role playing, that is one of my favorite bits. I'm tough but fair.
Maybe I have it. Gary Goldman. No.
Look on
Ice cream.
YouTube. It's got to be on the YouTubes.
See a cursor though?
Not really.
Not usually.
He's coming to town soon.
Yeah, I love Gary Goldman.
Me too.
He's the best.
Funny story about Gary Goldman.
Well, he is a comedian, so it probably is.
Yeah. The very first weekend I worked at Hilarities after my wedding got called off in 2017. I was working with Gary Goldman, and I had just written like a brand new 15 minutes about the breakup. But it was so fresh and so raw that I was crying when I got off stage. So I would tell these breakup jokes that were really dark, like the darkest, most honest material I had written at that point. And I'd get off stage and I'd be crying. So I was hosting, and I'd bring up the feature act, and Gary Goldman was like, this was right after his Great Depression came out. And he like sat down with me in the green room, and he was like, listen to me, like, I understand this sucks. I understand this is hard. He's like, but the fact that you're writing this material and performing it, he's like, he gave me like this amazing pep talk about how vulnerability on stage is so important and how I'm doing the right thing and how this breakup's going to be the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm like, this guy met me 4 hours before that. And he's like sitting there like, keep doing it. I know it hurts. You're going to make it through it. Like,
Gary rules.
yeah, he gave me this like amazing, really heartfelt, like.
He's one of the kindest people I've met in comedy,
for real.
and just so funny. He's just the best.
It's like all the people coming forward saying, Matthew Perry helped me stop drinking.
That's great.
All these people that are like, you know, telling stories and anecdotes, like civilians who would run into Matthew Perry. And
could you be any more drunk?
Bill Squire at the Agora on December 22nd, the aforementioned comedy taping.
Do a romantic technique that's really enhanced my relationship lately. My girlfriend and I have been role playing. We role play, and it's fun. The other night, she was Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, and I was Deputy Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. So there was that status thing. She was my boss, and I didn't feel she pushed her agenda enough. My favorite one is professor and senior who needs to pass my class to graduate. So I'm a professor at a prestigious New England university, and my girlfriend is a senior in my intro to Western Civ. I know, why is she a senior in the intro? Gave me some BS about transferring in mid-semester from, I don't remember, I didn't buy it either. So, but she seemed like a good kid. She comes to my office hours Monday and Wednesday, 3 to 5, and by appointment. And she's wearing a very revealing tank top, little skirt.
You can see him shaking, by the way, on Conan.
I know something's up. I'm wearing an Argyle sweater over an Oxford button-down, tan khakis, chocolate brown loafers with a belt to match. I look the balls. I gotta tell you. A little bit of cologne on, not so much as wafting off into the dean's reception area, but enough where if you get close, you're like, oh, he came to play today. So she says, excuse me, Professor Lewis? I can't use my real last name at this college because they don't hire Jews.
Everybody's like, oh. Gary Gulman at the Hannah Theater, by the way, on November the 16th. He's doing a stand-up and book tour, and he's one of the best.
He's so funny.
If you've never seen The Great Depression, which was his special for HBO, it is awesome. Misfit is the name of the tour.
That was the name of his book.
There you go. Stand-up comedy and book tour at the Hannah Theater. Playhouse Square, playhousesquare.org for the details. I got to take a break. I'll have more money for you. It's $1,000 as promised with every one of these keywords from the Buzzard Bookie. So that's on the way at 4:30. After the break, tickets to see young Bill Squire, by Squire and Marilyn Santora at the Agora on December the 22nd.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have.
Just tell me to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
Now you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz,